Live. Welcome one and all to a special edition of Smash Mouth Saturday Night College Series. And oh baby, if we got a treat for you besides the defending national champions, I've got a new broadcast partner, the one and only Oscar Lewis. Welcome to the game, Oscar.
Hello folks, I'm Oscar Lewis and I'm here with Skip Lloyd to help call tonight's game. It is the University of Houston against the University of Michigan, number 4 in the country. Welcome and let's get going.
And while we're talking about it, tell us about your obvious list, Oscar.
That's right, Skip. The Cougars have to attack early, pressure Bean, target Hunter, and get the ball downfield. Meanwhile, the Wolverines have to play loose, pound that rock with Kyion, and stretch the field.
And away we go. The kick is off, and let's see what Houston does with it. They're going to return it up and get tackled around the 15-yard line. There's a look at new head coach Russ Sanders and a look at sophomore quarterback Kyion, who put on a little bit of a masterclass last week.
Yeah, 379 and 3 touchdowns. That is a great outing. I don't care who you are, where you play for, but this crowd's into it early. Let's see what this defense can do.
And first down under shotgun. He throws it, but incomplete. That's going to be 2nd and 10 for Kyion and the Cougars. It is loud here in the big house.
Yeah, I can barely hear myself or you speak in the headphones as they complete a little 8-yard hook there, maybe 6 yards.
3rd and 4, not a generous spot. Kyion, empty set. He's pointing out some coverage, hoping he can get the snap off here. Feeling the rush from the Wolverine defense. Fires it, but incomplete. That's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not how you want to start out the opening drive of the game. Hostile territory, and Michigan is going to get the ball with the defending champion, Bert Bean.
That's right. And talk about a Ferrari. Kyion Hunter here in the backfield opened up easy. 110 yards and 2 touchdowns in their Week 1 debut.
The Michigan Wolverines are looking like one of, if not the toughest offense to stop on the field right now, as Bean opens up with an errant pass.
Who misfires the defending national champion, and right now early preseason Heisman favorite, incomplete off the bat, throwing out to the flat there, only getting a few yards. That's a gain of 2, 3rd and 8. Empty set for Bean, pointing out some coverage. Gets the ball, looks, fires it over the middle, shakes the first defender. Not going to be enough. Both defenses able to stand pat, but instead Michigan going to go for it here on 4th.
Not going to go for it here for the punt team, and they play action. He's got him in the flats.
Outstanding. That looked like Matt Foster, the veteran tight end. Bean staying in the shotgun with Hunter. Set to his right-hand side. Bean, as usual, making a lot of checks at the line, fakes the handoff, throws it over the middle, and it's complete.
Wow, that was a go get the ball, climb that ladder, and make the first down.
Michigan has playmakers all over the field, but when you have a cerebral dual-threat quarterback like Bert Bean, and he can just hand it off to a guy like Kyion Hunter, who just easily shakes it forward for about 20 yards on his first carry of the game.
Let's go sit down on the bench now, young man. You have 20-yard carry average right now. Call it a day.
Making an adjustment, bringing the tight end Gerald Ford around left to right, handing off. He finds the hole, shakes the first defender, ultimately gets tackled after only a gain of 3, but quite a lot of effort for only 3 yards.
He ran about 12 to gain 3. That was a lot of movement as Bert Bean keeps the ball.
Keeps it, spin-a-rooney off the defender and falls just short of the goal line.
Wow, I thought he got in there, but I'm wrong.
Staying under center here, Bean. They run a pro offense here at Michigan. Hands it off the gut. Touchdown, Maize Blue.
And Michigan draws first blood here in this game tonight. The home crowd's loving it, and you got to think that that's what they have to do. They have to pound the ball up the middle, be relentless, and this game should fall to them.
Just like that, Michigan getting a touchdown after really a dissecting offensive drive there. Little bit of run, little bit of pass, and what matters is they got 7 on the board.
Michigan looks like they're one of the top-tier teams, as we said in the pregame. And it's just indomitable how much the team takes over the morale of the other team.
That's right, and you can feel the electricity in here. This isn't just a football game, it's a coronation night as the Wolverine defense swallow up the quarterback for the sack. That looks like Mike Jones.
Now, I don't know where the Houston offensive line went on that play, but it sure as heck wasn't blocking the defensive line.
And just like that, Jones and the Wolverine D close in and sack the quarterback. That wasn't just a blitz, it was a jailbreak, and Mike Jones was the warden as he throws it off his kind of sidearm foot there. But 3rd and 14 is ultimately what they're looking at.
Yeah, and his receiver should have just taken the ball down on that where he hit, because his forward progress reset, and they were doomed from that point, as it's going to be 4th and 3 again. Nice
throw by Kyion there, but not enough to get past the sticks. They're going to punt it away. Let's see what Michigan does here. 1st and 10, staying in the shotgun. Hunter off to the left side of Bean. As Hunter gets the ball, he's got plenty of space, breaks the first tackle and spins, but is ultimately brought down by the second defender.
Michigan, like we said before, Bean should have a quiet day here unless he decides to get in on the run game, because this Houston defensive line has nothing that can stop these weapons.
Absolutely. And as we look at Hunter just picking up another 1st down with ease, Bean going under center, handing off to Hunter again. A little bit of shake and bake gets him right out to the 50-yard line, a little bit past. 5 carries, 52 yards for Hunter here in the 1st quarter.
That's insane. And just to appease the crowd as he's gone to the outside. Yes, this is pound and pound for the Wolverine offense.
Yeah, a little bit of a holding penalty there. Otherwise, Hunter would have had yet another 1st down. Rodney Hargrove, the senior left guard. Gives them 2nd and 14. Bean staying in the shotgun. Hunter stays in to block. Bean throws it deep downfield, but it is dropped in and out of the hands of the receiver there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 14, staying in the shotgun. Fires it deep, a moonshot downfield, and another drop.
He had the man there. He had him beat. He just underfloated the ball. And as you can see, it did not work out very well. And right now, I'm kind of shocked that the Wolverines are only up 7-0.
Well, it's a long game left to play. We'll see if Houston can tie it up here on this drive as Kyion fakes the handoff, finds an open receiver, but puts it a little too high. Not gonna do it. Here we go, 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Another play action, bit of a bubble screen there, but no good. 3rd and 10. This drive's going all too quick for Houston.
Already at 3rd and 10 here.
Gets the snap, looks. Oh, and gets swallowed up by the defense. Michigan not able to recover the fumble, but still able to bring Kyion down for a 9-yard loss. That's Frank Beard.
What a play by the defense. This team has come to play. They need to win this game by 50 to prove to the pollsters that they deserve to stay in the top 5 and move up, and they are showing that right now.
Absolutely, is another fair catch on the return there. Beard was clinging to Kyion like a goatee. Meanwhile, Bert Bean under center, drops back. Hunter out in the flat, throws and incomplete. Wow, couple miscommunications here early for the Heisman frontrunner. Let's see if he can get it together. Ooh, another miscommunication, and they are looking at a 3rd and 10 pretty quick. 5:11 here in the 1st quarter. Bean making an adjustment. Looks like there's some pressure potentially dialed up the middle. Nope, they drop back. He finds the receiver, and another incompletion. These receivers not doing Bean any favors so far, Oscar.
Yeah, coming into this game, Skywalker was on my list of potential stars that should have a breakout game, and he's just nowhere to be found so far.
Who else was on that list for you tonight, Oscar?
Well, I can't give you any hints because I'm helping the commissioner with the draft board, but the whole defense is on that list, and obviously Hunter as well.
I was going to say you got to have Kyion Hunter somewhere near the top.
Absolutely. He's by far one of the top 5 running backs right now. And I know that's going to get me a lot of heat, but I don't care.
Finally, a completion for Kyion, but the Wolverine defense swallows Shoemaker whole right as he gets the first down completion. But hey, they re-rack the sticks, and it is loud in here. Kyion trying to make the adjustment, keeping it on the option, spins off the first defender, gaining about 4 on the QB keeper there.
Yeah, there was hope there at first. He bounced off the first tackler, made him miss, saw some green field in front of him, but then all he saw was blue jerseys as they incomplete another pass.
Great defense by the Michigan secondary there, breaking that pass up. Del Tryon, 3rd and 6. Hands it off to the back, who's out past the first down and more over the 50-yard line into Michigan territory, and they are going to run that hurry up.
Yeah, they need to take a page off the Wolverines playbook and pound and ground the ball, too. And I keep saying that backwards. I'll get it right for the game.
QB keeper once again shaking through the defense. A big pickup of 7 on first down.
We have a drive. We have a drive here, guys.
Houston looks alive. Oh, Kyion tries to keep it, but that time it's Chucky Knox, the senior middle linebacker for the Wolverines, and he sniffed that one out.
Speaking of list, and speaking of Chucky's, Chucky Knox is on my list. He's one of, if not the premier linebacker right now, and you see why on that play.
Well, and you know that he was clearly coming from his other job at the grocery store where he's the bag boy because he got Kyion bagged for that one. Kyion throws it deep. Incomplete. Huge play by the Wolverine secondary. Mano a mano swats that one out of the sky.
Yeah, there was your shot right there, Houston. You had a man beat and you just couldn't connect.
3:16 left here in the first quarter. Bean shotgun, fakes the handoff, throws it to Gerald Ford, who scoots out to the right. A little tight end screen action, Oscar.
Yeah, and you gotta think, you gotta know, and you gotta believe that they're missing Cam Reed, who went to the Pro League draft last season. He's gotta find Skywalker and gotta get the connection that Creed had with him last year.
Yeah, you wonder if maybe Bean looking for his check down options because some of those early throws weren't going his way. Throws it out to Hunter in the flat here. Hunter fighting forward but cannot get the first down. It's going to be 4th and 1, and they're going to punt it away.
Wow, another punt. The way they're running the ball, I just don't understand why they keep taking these shots, why they keep trying to force the narrative to go through the air. And they have the ground game going.
They sure do, and they run a pro-style offense, so you've got to think they want to balance it out at some point, especially with a weapon as talented as Hunter. Meanwhile, Kyion keeps it, throws it, connects. First down, big gain there. Nice chunk play on first down for another first down. Clock is running 2:19 in the shotgun. Kyion keeps it, throws it over the middle. Whoa, into traffic there.
You got to think on that previous play, maybe that's the key, is to fake it, play action to 3 separate guys before you take the shot downfield.
Bubble screen got a little bit of protection, but boy, howdy, that Michigan defense flies fast to the football.
Yeah, we're fastly approaching here, the minute mark of the first quarter, and Houston's still in this as he's got to go down again.
And just like that, you're right, another body bag. And it's Kyion again brought down, that time very critically, once again by Mike Jones, but more importantly, on 3rd down to create a 4th down.
That's the second of the game, and Houston's fighting, but they're not slugging. They're not making any good connections, and Michigan just keeps pushing them down.
Absolutely. Here comes another punt. Finally, we get a return, and he's not going to get quite to the 20, about the 19-yard line. First down under center for Bean and company.
Look at this formation. This looks like trouble right here.
Hunter up the gut. It's like every handoff he gets 10-plus yards.
Why? Why do they not run the ball every play right now?
Well, they heard you. This time, Bean trying to run it, but wow, he gets wiped out by the Cougar defense after only a yard gain. Back under center, a little bit of a power formation left side. But Hunter cuts it back right and ultimately gets sniffed out for no gain. 3rd and 9, staying under center is Bean, moving the power to the right.
Yeah, A.J. Silva there, I saw talking about great blocking. A.J., great connection there.
There we go.
A.J. Silva, the center for the Wolverines, is a unit.
He sure is. Meanwhile, he is paving the way for Hunter, who's finally brought down for only a couple. He has been lights out tonight, but A.J. Silva clearly has an important task trying to keep Bert Bean and Kyion Hunter safe. Hunter shakes the first man, almost shakes the second. That's Vernon Fry with his 5th tackle tonight here for the Cougars, trying to keep it close. Bean in the shotgun, 3rd and 4. Keeps it. He's got space. Huge block. Brought down. And Houston looks like Roseboom is trying to get the trainer's attention. Huge block. I don't know if you noticed that out in the flat.
Absolutely. That was a great play. They pulled a guard. I didn't see if it was the tight end or the guard that made that block, but sheesh.
Hunter out to the left. Got space, and he's gone! Touchdown! Kyion Hunter! Hits the hole.
Let's watch this replay.
Tell you what, Kyion Hunter, he's got legs that are pistons, and every defender is just another speed bump along the way. We're going to go. Could have driven a dump truck through that hole. The Michigan blocking effort is in full force tonight.
After all that's been said and done, we still have not reached the end of the first quarter, and Michigan is only up by 2 scores.
Yeah, you'd absolutely think that they'd be having maybe a touchdown or 2 more on the board with how this game has looked, but Houston defense has been scrappy and kept them in it.
Maybe we'll hit the first quarter now. Nope, looks like they'll get another play off here. Wow, the corner came, that might have been the safety. Someone came flying out of the defensive backfield right there and connected in the backfield. What a play. As we hit the second quarter, put your 2s up in the chat. I'm Oscar Lewis, and this is Football Rivals College League Year 3.
A special edition of Smash Mouth Saturday night. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you, Oscar, for making your grand debut here with me on Saturday night.
Absolutely, and I'll be back in it again for next Saturday night. I will not have Skip with me. I'll be doing solo as Houston takes off. Oh, he had Green in front of him, and he did not connect.
No, this Michigan defense is mighty, and they have got players aplenty that are capable in coverage.
We've had, you can see by the stats, we've had 2 punt returns for touchdowns this season, but we have yet to see one live.
That's true. Hoping to get one tonight. Meanwhile, Kyion Hunter's hoping to find a lane. 11 carries, 99 yards. He needs 1 more yard to break 100 here with 9:39 left in the second quarter.
In the second quarter. Bean's not going to let him get it right now.
Nope. Actually losing 2 on a option keeper to the left. Sprint out did not work. 3rd and 12. Empty set for Bean. Power formation, he keeps it, and it looks like he's going to get the first down and then some, sprinting down the sidelines. Bert Bean, 6'5", 230-plus pounds, sprinting down the sideline, up the seam, really, on that QB power. Wow.
And Michigan is, great play here, but defense swarmed.
Oh, they smelled it.
Michigan is on a warpath. They are on a mission to get back to this national championship game that they won last season. And they are looking like they may be very hard to stop this season.
What can you tell us about senior quarterback Bert Bean?
Well, he's absolute trash. But no, I mean, Bert Bean is the premier quarterback right now. I believe I had him as my top quarterback behind Breedlove, who we have yet to see in a game. But Breedlove has all the tools except the mobile ability. And we've seen tonight that Bean may have that missing piece.
Absolutely, but cannot forget other quarterbacks like Breedlove, Nikhil Banks. This is a very talented group of quarterbacks in the college series, some of whom will not be draft eligible.
Absolutely, and Banks this is his second year. He returned back for A&M to try to get to the big game, and they looked really good today. We'll see what happens with them.
Meanwhile, we've got Houston down 17-0 right now. It's Kyion trying to do something, scrambling out to the right, gonna keep it as Monty Barr, the junior middle linebacker, brings him down.
Houston running a little hurry up here, trying to catch the Wolverines off guard.
Kyion out of the shotgun. Chucky Knox was coming right up in his grill.
But meanwhile, they get a first down.
Huge play there for Houston. They are on life support already here with 8:20 in the second. Looking to the sideline, making an adjustment out of this hurry up. Throws it deep. He's got him.
He's got him. Oh my God. That was, you talk about in a recap of the game, there's one or two plays that could have been the difference. That play right there could have been the difference.
Absolutely, and that looked like Jamal Shoemaker, the Shoemaker brothers play here at Houston. Quentin at halfback, Jamal at receiver. They're both seniors, but right now, neither of them have been able to get this offense moving, and Houston has to punt once again.
Just impenetrable is what this secondary has been so far. They had their shot on that play. They missed it by inches, but that is what football is, guys. It is a game of inches.
Well, Houston punter Cliff Davies getting his work out. Meanwhile, Bean throws it deep to Skywalker. That's a 50-50 ball, and that was not the 50% that the Wolverines wanted. Hands off to Hunter, shakes the first tackler, and he stumbles forward. 12 carries, 109 yards. Wow.
That is insane. Look at all the stars on that offensive line.
Michigan star-studded. Meanwhile, Bean just a little bit of tush-push action there so they can reset. 1st and 10 out of the shotgun. 7:15 by the time they snap this. 1st and 10, hands off to Hunter. Finds space between the guard and the tackle, and he gets another chunk for over 10 on that. 1st and 10 once again, staying in that shotgun single back offset.
Hunter is the running back right now. I mean, nothing can stop him at all as they take another errant shot down the field. The pass game's just not cutting it tonight, boys.
Not yet, at least. While Bean keeps it off to the left, he is sprinting out into the open, and he could be gone down to the 30, 20, 10, 5, and he is finally tackled inside the 5, down around the 3-yard line.
Oh my God, I didn't think anyone was ever going to show up in the camera screen. Pan out, guys. Where was the nearest defender as he takes off on a huge play right there? 55 yards. What a play.
Unbelievable. And then Bean clearly trying to show he's got that extra set of talent that other quarterbacks may not possess. Not many quarterbacks doing that. Meanwhile, hands off to Kyion Hunter, but he is swallowed up at the 5.
Yeah, like we were saying before with the Breedlove to Bean comparison, that's the missing piece that seems to be that Breedlove may not have that could separate him. That could be the difference between a pick 1 and a pick 17 at quarterback.
Absolutely, and we know that there are many teams in the Pro League looking for a quarterback, including the team at number 1. Meanwhile, Bean fires it into the middle, and that's a touchdown, Michigan.
Great play. He just settled in the middle of the field, waited for Bean to see him, and now he gets to dance.
That's junior Matt Foster, who's really a pure blocker. More of an H-back, but he plays kind of all over the field, and that time lined up at tight end, finds him right over the middle. Big touchdown for Bean and the Wolverines.
As I believe it was Gerald Ford you could see coming across the middle of the field wide open also, but I believe there were like 3 to 4 guys wide open on that play. Great drive by Michigan.
Look at that. 9 plays, 85 yards, and the touchdown. They're up 24-0 with 6:15 left here in the second quarter.
Well, Skip, old friend, let's just call the game and go out to eat.
Absolutely. Your boy Skip could use some honey garlic chicken tenders, but since we don't have any sponsors rushing those to us here in the booth, we'll have to keep watching this one as he hands off to Shoemaker, but is immediately stopped by Monty Barr for a 1-yard gain.
Now, speaking of sponsors, the only sponsors the league has right now is W Energy, and we don't need any more energy right now. We need to start calming down and putting the kids to bed.
That's right. Shoemaker finally off to the right side, getting it there. 3rd and 3 for Kyion. Out of the shotgun, fires it over the middle, incomplete. Big breakup by the Wolverine defense.
Nothing working.
Absolutely not. They filled that gap like a brick wall in cleats. Return coming up past the 30, out to about the 35-yard line. It's Chadaday, the junior return man. He's a large return man, too, at 6'5". Meanwhile, handing it off to Hunter, finding that space. He's really been pressing that gap off the right side. The guard tackle are clearly working some power combo blocks off the right-hand side. Meanwhile, Hunter this time cuts left, but north-south. Oh, that's not good. Hunter slow to get up, little gingerly there. Hopefully it's nothing major.
Yeah, this could be pretty bad for the Wolverines, especially in a game that's being handily decided right now, but that's the game of football, guys. Next man up, as you see right there. Could be just the play call, could be the back.
That's right. Jock Daniels, the junior contact-seeking halfback, who's ready to be that next man up behind Kyion Hunter, and that is an awesome responsibility because with as many snaps, and look at that, Hunter's already back in. Not getting much of a breather there. Bean fires it deep down the sideline to Skywalker, and he walks into the end zone. Skywalker strikes back.
That was the play that Walker needed to get his confidence back. He's had a rough game all game so far. He can't get past it. Right there. Great pass by Bean. Great separation by Walker. And just look at him walk out.
Incredible. Skywalker is looking to be that #1 receiver. There's certainly talent at the receiver position for Michigan, but it's kind of a crowded grouping, so they're really trying to sort themselves out. You got guys like Skywalker, Chadaday, Jermaine Francis, but none of them are clearly the de facto #1. But you got to think this junior at 6'3", 213. He's got the speed. He's got the downhill running style, but he also can go get those 50-50 balls. You got to think that's a guy Bert Bean and Russ Sanders want to target more often.
Absolutely, especially if he's going to be in the game longer than a season. That's up to him. We'll see what he decides later as the season progresses. But he's definitely got plenty of time, plenty of opponents to practice on, and Houston has the ball.
Oh, Kyion. Lucky there, Houston keeping it as Kyion on the quarterback keeper loses his control of the ball. This time 2nd and 12. Kyion throwing out to the right. Whoa! It's caught, but he kind of wishes he wouldn't have.
Every single play, he has some yellow face mask in his face as he throws the ball.
Oh, talk about a 50-50 shot.
It's getting ugly.
Punting. Aday's got room to return it. And he's getting up to about the 34-yard line for Bean and company, who's starting under center here.
Heavy set right here.
Hunter hops over the defender, tries to shake the second one, but ultimately the gang catches up to him.
Hey, coach, pull your starters out. Great play by this line. Look at heavy set again. Uh-oh, play action.
Bean hits Gerald Ford near the sideline for a big completion there. Bean 113 yards and 2 passing touchdowns in the first half. Hands off to Hunter again. Gets over the 50-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
You know, I think in this game so far, the Michigan offensive linemen have had more tackles on Hunter than the Houston Cougars have.
You may be right about that. And the Michigan receivers may have more drops than the Cougars have passes defended.
Passes attempted.
Bean launches one deep. Oh, and there's a flag. It may have been a free shot downfield. Let's see what happens. Oh, they're going to call it on the offense. Unbelievable. Matt Foster, a 10-yard offensive pass interference, which means they're going to have to punt this away.
Right here, college football, if anyone knows, and everyone does, is a momentum-based, feel it in their guts game. Houston has the momentum right now. They stopped them. They made them get a penalty. They made them punt the ball. You're down by 31. The rules are out the window. Take some shots.
Absolutely. 2nd and 10, and their shot is a screen pass to Shoemaker, which Chucky Knox is all too happy to stop for a loss of 3.
Yeah, that was not a shot.
Hunter, 3rd and 13, or not Hunter, I'm sorry. Kyion gets rocked as he lets go. And another pass swatted down by the Michigan defense. It also looks like we've got a flag here. It's going to be holding on the Cougars. That's Avery, the left guard. And they're not even going to need to accept it. That's simply going to be a punt.
Now, this Houston Cougars offense has to find their identity. They've got the skill to take the shots downfield. They're doing it almost every single drive, but they have to connect.
Sure do. And meanwhile, we've got Bean under center, hands off to Hunter, trying to spin out of that first tackle. Wow, 19 for 150 already in the first half.
Skip, that's insane. That is a great stat line for a whole game. And as he just leaps over the defender there for another 20 yards.
As he leaps a man, incredible. 2-minute warning can't come soon enough for this Houston defense. Absolutely gassed. As Bean out of the shotgun here on first down. They look like they want to score again. He hits Gerald Ford for a 9-yard gain.
Yeah, I mean, they've got plenty of time right here as they come under an I formation, hand it off to Hunter. He's going to get the first down. They have plenty of time.
Jukin and jiving for Kyion Hunter. He hits the hole like he's late to Thanksgiving dinner. 1st and 10, power formation, hands off to Hunter again, jukes out to the left side, but gets stopped by the cornerback after a 4-yard pickup, staying under center. Bean drops back.
It's in front of you, take off.
No, he
slides.
You know, Russ Sanders has probably been in Bert Bean's ear. It's still early in the season. Let's Let's protect you for a majority of the season. Don't take so many hits. Oh, play action, boots out, gets it to Hunter, who spikes forward, and it is a touchdown. Unbelievable. Kyion Hunter makes a weaving reception on a screen on a jailbreak bootleg play action. What chemistry we've got between number 13 and number 1 here in Michigan.
Yeah, it seems like Hunter decided he would be the check down man that could always come through like Cam Reed was last season. And so far it's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely, and that's a great point. They certainly have a drop-off in receiver after losing Cam Reed to the Year 1 Pro League draft. Reed was an early second-round pick to the champion Buffalo Brawlers. Meanwhile, the Michigan Wolverines have got to see if guys like Sky Hunter and company can replace that level of production. So far, it is the Kyion Hunter show tonight.
Yeah, I mean, football all around is a game of next man up, like we said before, but especially in the college ranks, you got to be able to have that next guy as they take that shot again. They must have seen something in the pregame or their scouting, their game planning for the week that made them think that they would be able to take those shots, and it's not working, guys. Reevaluate.
Absolutely. They just keep going back. Definition of insanity, right, Oscar?
Absolutely. I mean, it's just stop. Do something else.
Kyion throws another moonshot into double coverage, and of course it's broken up. 4th and 10, they'll punt away.
Shot. Another punt.
A booming punt, a little bit of a return, up past the 35 to the 36. Staying in the shotgun here, 16 seconds with 2 timeouts.
Empty set.
Bean slings it into traffic. They're staying empty set. They clearly are just trying to pile up the points. Bean fires out to the right. That's Gerald Ford getting 5 there. 3rd and 5, 9 seconds left here in the first half. Bean throws it out to the flat. He breaks the first tackle. Gets out of bounds with 3 seconds left. They're going to go for the field goal. Incredible there.
59.5-yard field goal attempt here.
Jose Carnaval, the senior. Oh, can't get it from downtown, and that's going to take us to halftime. What a game so far, Oscar. Tell us what you're seeing.
We're seeing what I said in the pregame. They have to pound the ball. The ground and pound, there you go, Smokey Smith. I got it right that time. The ground and pound game is here to stay, and Hunter might be the best halfback in the game right now. I'm sorry, Mr. Judkins.
As we are seeing some of Houston's very few highlights so far, it's been all Michigan, Maize, and Blue.
Houston's been outmatched from the start, but I did think that we would see a much tighter game than this. But unfortunately for the Cougars, they're back on defense. And I'm back to scouting A.J. Silva.
Let's see. They hand it off to Hunter. Let's see if Michigan chews a little bit more clock here in the second half. They have a pretty strong stranglehold. Can't imagine they need to do too much more to close this one out.
I mean, at this point, you would think that the final is going to... Oh, as he slips another tackle. But the
hits Foster again.
Going to be somewhere in the 40s, maybe the 50s before they ease up on the gas pedal.
Let's see. You know, in college, teams like to run up the score if they can, so Michigan may keep going. Hands off to Hunter, who changes lanes in the backfield and ends up getting 8 yards there on first down. They are right at the 50 on the dot.
The ball carrier vision for Hunter is impressive.
And Hunter has said one of the things, wow, incredible breaking tackles left and right. Hunter said one of the things he wants to work on is his acceleration, but more importantly, his change of direction. That's looked pretty good so far tonight.
I was about to say, what does he need to change? So far, the only thing lacking is his own ability to tackle himself.
Shotgun set, 2nd and 11 after a 1-yard loss on first. Bean quickly throws it out into the flat to Walker, getting just a couple, but that's going to be 3rd and 9.
Now, Walker, if you look down there, he's man up, bump and run coverage almost every play. He's got there, he takes the shot to him. But they are, Bean on his back finally, but they are giving him help over there, over the top with the safeties, so.
Carnival kicking again. This time it's good from downtown Jose Carnival. Kicks it through for 3.
41-0. 8.5 minutes to go. I'm Oscar Lewis. That's Skip Lloyd. This is Football Rivals College League Year 3. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Let's see if Houston can do a dang thing.
Absolutely. Let's see if Houston can do anything. Their Week 1 victory starting to feel like a mirage in the face of the Wolverine defensive front, which has been after them all night long.
Absolutely. As you see, big hit in the kidneys from Chucky Knox.
Shoemaker trying to spin, and Chucky Knox, punches him in the kidneys. Kyion, 3rd and 10, throws it out on a screen. Spin-a-rooney and the first down, another spin. Huge play there. They absolutely needed that one to stay alive. They need everyone at this point to stay alive. That was Barry Brink, the senior out of Houston, the local boy, playing for his favorite team as a little bit of a relief guy for Quentin Shoemaker. But right now, they're staying with Barry Brink in the game, seeing if they can get something a little different. As it is 3rd and 13. Out of the shotgun, he's pressured, throws to the right over the head of his receiver. That is going to be, yet another punt. Cliff Davey just punting left and right. Cliff Davey's going to punt more times tonight than he might for the rest of the season.
He might punt more times tonight than the Houston quarterback gets completions.
Wow, that'd be something to think about. Bean out of the shotgun, fakes it, throws it quick to Gerald Ford, who's got 5 catches on the night. 2nd and 8.
Sorry, Skip. Houston's getting there, but they're... interception!
Just what the Cougars defense needed. Bean was getting a little too comfortable here. Just threw that one into coverage. You can tell he is frustrated.
Absolutely great play by Ty Gibbs right there, the mic back. As you see him float back and just read Bean's eyes. Snagged it out of Gerald Ford's hands, and we have... I think everyone in college football right now is rooting for Houston to score some form of points.
Fakes the handoff. Kyion keeps it on the keeper. Up into the end zone. No, Chucky Knox drags him down inside the 5 like only Chucky Knox can.
Oh, you see there, the Cougar woke up. He's there to cheer him on.
Knox playing spoiler to Kyion on that one. This time throws it. Incomplete. They have got to get a touchdown here. This has been by far their best chance on the day. Kyion, 2nd and goal. Fakes it. Throws it. Complete. Touchdown! Thank goodness the Cougars get on the board. Darnold catching that one in the flat. Wow.
And, I mean, that's the victory of the game right there, is the Cougars get into the end zone with their tight end.
Little bit of a wounded duck wobbler to get there, but it did no matter what. Kyion gets a touchdown. Maybe the start of a comeback here in the big house.
Absolutely. 41-7. At least it's not an even beat down at 42-7, but the night's still young.
Houston looking to shut down Bean and Hunter and company on this next drive here. which could be a tall order as the Maize and Blue have been marching up and down the field with precision until that last drive with the interception. And Bean, not afraid, goes right back to it, throws it, and it would have been complete, but Hunter gets ping-ponged by the secondary, ultimately drops the ball, and they're going I formation, fakes the handoff, just avoids the sack there, dumps it off to the tight end in the flat.
Very poor tackling angles, very poor this angle of pursuit there. Houston had him in the backfield and they let him go.
Just shows how heads up Bert Bean really is as he throws it there, and that is to Jermaine Francis, the sophomore out of Illinois. 1st and 10, hands it to Hunter, who's fighting through the defenders, but ultimately stopped after only a gain of 2.
Uh-oh, I formation. Let's see what the play is.
Staying under center, got to imagine there's going to be another run here. Day in formation, around the end around, he's trying to get it, breaks the first tackle, getting a couple on that, but still leaving them with 3rd and 4 out of the shotgun. Hands it to Hunter, who gets around the edge, spins off the tackle, leaps a man, and gets the first down at the 50-yard line. Incredible. Kyion Hunter.
You can calm down. You're already the #1 back right now.
Hunter's got the vision of a hawk and the bite of a bulldog, and was that? Oh, I thought that was complete for a second there.
It was pretty dang close, but not quite.
Bean is placing some dots here, but the receiver's not able to help him out tonight so far. Hunter off the tackle and finds the first down, sticks once again. He's got to be closing in on 200 yards.
I think right now you see some jibber jabber in the chat over there. I think the only back that might possibly be better all around right now than Hunter could be Mason Bigsby of the Oklahoma Sooners. But the season is still young.
Absolutely. Hits Gerald Ford in the flat. Big pickup of 10 there, which they really needed. Gets him to a more manageable 3rd and 4. Let's see what they draw up. Bean out of the shotgun, fires it over the middle, and he's got a completion. Receiver running in the flat. That's a nice pickup for a first down there by Ruben Duomafor, the senior receiver.
He was open from the start of his route right there.
Wow,
Hunter is just juking and
unbelievable. Kyion Hunter, he is mesmerizing. The stop-start, absolutely incredible.
Excuse me while I go watch this highlight about 17 times.
Shakes off, runs over the first defender and shakes off 2 more. Kyion Hunter walks into the end zone like a man. He doesn't just carry the ball, he carries dignity.
Skip over here, pepping up the crowd, making them ready to go to war.
Absolutely. And the Wolverines clearly are at war tonight, not letting off the gas. Houston needs to do something. They are clearly on life support now.
Obviously, the game's over, but you got to come out and have that. There you go. You got to come out and have some dignity. Try to get a game plan to get some points on the board besides the 7 that you got lucky to do earlier in the game.
That's right. Shoemaker got the first down there. Hunter, or not Hunter. I see the 1 and I say Hunter, but that was Del Tryon, brought down by Kennedy. And company, kind of a whole slew of defenders there getting in on it, but mostly Josh Kennedy, the big power nose tackle.
Insane defense.
2nd and 17. Del Tryon out of the shotgun, hands it off to Shoemaker. Ultimately, Monty Barr stops him behind the line. Now they're looking at 3rd and 19. Hands it off again, shakes the couple defenders, but not getting really what he needs. 4th and 18, and absolutely the punt team once again. Cliff Davey for what feels like his 15th punt of the day.
Slow the bleeding there. They took the fair catch.
Bean's got it, throws it over the middle. Ooh, almost hit a day in stride, broken up by the secondary.
I don't know what Bean's problem is tonight, but he's not leading his receivers as he has all season. As he takes off to the left side, there's nothing but daylight in front of him. Oh, a little showboating down the sideline.
Bert Bean,
touchdown!
the quarterback keeper, Bean holding the ball out for the big house to see. Incredible night for Bert Bean.
This is just absolute pandemonium on offense here for the Wolverines.
Man, holding that ball out high and then sprinting the rest of the way down. That had to be 50 yards plus.
That's a big man run right there, too. That's a big man running down the field.
6'5", 237. He's got a rocket arm, and he has got wheels, and he's got some smarts upstairs to go along with it. Bert Bean looking like the total package at quarterback, and they've got the total package at running back as well.
Now, so on this drive, if Houston can go down and score, they might have a tight game that can get pushed into overtime.
Unfortunately for Del Tryon and the Cougars, there is no 45-point play, but they do get a first down on the screen there with a nice block by the right tackle.
Yeah, you can see this Houston game plan, Houston offense, just it's not situated to come back from this big of a deficit.
Yeah, I mean, what team truly is at that point?
Absolutely. I mean, I agree, but that was Knox gets through. The whole Michigan defensive line gets through.
Just like that, 3rd and 17. You can see Tryon hurting. At some point, you got to wonder if they just pull Del Tryon and put in Orlando just to let him live to fight another day.
Absolutely. This is getting scary. Just for the welfare of the quarterback.
He puts one up deep downfield, almost completed. But instead, the Michigan defense there to knock it down. That looked like Warren Rowe, the junior cornerback. As this one's returned, but not taken very far by a day. 2:15 left here in the 3rd quarter. 55-7 as Michigan has been piling up points. Bert Bean had a monster run. This time passes it to Skywalker. His 3rd catch on the game. Should have had a few more by now, but still having a great game himself.
He's had a couple drops, but he's had a heck of a game. He's open across the middle right there. I don't know how Gerald Ford caught that ball, but he did.
And man, Bean just looked right through the defense and fired a laser beam to Gerald Ford for a big completion up the seam. Hunter finally getting brought down behind the line there, and of course at the expense of a Houston defender.
They finally stop the guy, and they get hurt doing it. Empty set.
2nd and 12 for Michigan. Bean is in the empty set, clearly ready to put up some more points. Throws it, that's a day on the slant. Bean already 253 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. What a night for Bean, and it looks like it's not over yet. Under center, bringing Matt Foster around right to left. Hands it off.
I guess the win there for Houston was not Hunter that carried the ball.
That's right, it was Jock Daniels, who already has a touchdown tonight. Hands off again. 2nd and 8, only got 2 yards on that one. Looks like they're trying to spell Hunter for a little bit, who's had himself a night. Throws it out to Foster in the flat. Got a full head of steam. Fighting forward, but cannot get the end zone. And of course, now
Another
Okoro
Cougar goes
injured.
down. Great play. The big guy tried to fall forward for the touchdown, and he hurts a Cougar in the process. It's getting ugly here for Houston.
It really is. Bean hands it off. Daniels gets stopped behind the line. Shotgun set, 2nd and goal. Bean throws it complete to Ford, but not yet to the end zone. They're looking at 3rd and goal from around the 2-yard line here, under center. Gonna hand it off to Daniels. He is, who runs and jumps right over his 2nd rushing touchdown on the day.
Nice of them to get the other guys involved. You're up by doodle points, and you get some guys in here to get some experience, get some playing time against a non-quality opponent.
Absolutely.
Although they are in a good division, but we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. It's somebody, it's supposed to be Kyion Hunter's night, but Jock Daniels, he's running like he got the deed to the end zone. Somebody call Hollywood. All right, we got the understudy stealing the show.
I don't think Houston's had the ball past their own 20 at all.
It feels like in forever. Kyion still under center, throws it over the middle. Chucky, Knox and company bringing him down after an 8-yard pickup. Throws it again over the middle, 1st down for Houston, a rare sighting.
Almost every play, if you watch, almost every play, the pocket is gone in 2 seconds.
Shoemaker shakes off the 1st tackle, but gets brought down by the 2nd defender. Probably not going to get this snap off, and we are headed to the 4th. It's 62-7 here at the Big House. The scoreboard operator's gonna need an ice bath for his hands after this one. As you can see, Bean has been distributing the ball. Not everybody catching their targets, but he has certainly been dishing them out.
Bean came here with the mission to boost his scout score with the scouts in the Pro League, and he's not disappointed tonight, showing that he does have the legs to go with the big arm.
That's right. Meanwhile, it looks like the Cougars finally do sit down Del Kyion. They have subbed in the backup quarterback. That is sophomore Gerald Orlando. Throwing the screen that bounces off the face mask of his running back, and the punt. Yikes.
Another one. Hey, we did not have a touchback or a fair catch on that.
The stat sheet tonight for Michigan reading more like a cheat code. This is Smash Mouth football right here on Saturday night, as yet another Michigan running back getting ahead of steam. That time it was Malachi Smith, the sophomore, who gets the ball again and fights his way forward. Oh no, A.J. Silva, the big center, the anchor for the Michigan offensive line.
Get that guy out of the game. He's too important. He's probably one of the most important pieces for this offense.
A sophomore center who's clearly going to have another year to play before he's eligible for the draft. Meanwhile, Daniels gets another handoff, trying to fight forward, stopped just short of the 1st down. It's going to be 3rd and inches.
They're going to see a quarterback sneak here.
You're right about that. Bean falls forward with that big 6'5", 237 frame and gets a 1st down.
Michigan
Don't want to see those if you're Michigan right now.
Yeah, Michigan not afraid to run it with the quarterback on these quarterback powers.
And he runs it again with more daylight up the sideline, cuts it inside, fights the defenders. Bert Bean is having himself a night on the ground as well.
All right, young man, calm down. Great run, great vid. Showed he has a little bit of the ball carrier vision himself as he sidesteps a tackle.
Talk about vision. That cut inside gained him another 12 to 15 yards. Daniels swallowed up in the backfield on a rare loss of yards for the Michigan offense.
That is the one bright spot for Houston so far, is their outside coverage on the run is pretty phenomenal, as Hunter's going to come in and make me look like an idiot.
Malachi Smith shooting and jiving.
Sorry, not Hunter.
Avoiding those tacklers. 3rd and 2. Power high under center here. Daniels gets the ball, fighting forward, at least the first down, just short of the goal line.
Great run. This offensive line is a monster. Touchdown.
And just like that, Jock Daniels, it's a hat trick. Can you believe it? The backup running back on a night where Hunter and Bean are balling out. The backup running back also goes in for 3 scores.
I was just about to say, he's the backup.
Well, tonight he's got a starring role as Carnaval kicks the extra point, and it is 69-7 here with 6:56 left on Smash Mouth Saturday Night College Edition.
So, Skip, on any of the games this week besides this one, what was your favorite? What game impressed you the most?
Oh, that's a tough one. There was a lot of great action all week, and you know what I'm loving is, the sack on defense. Incredible. Michigan just cannot stop themselves.
Michigan may have more sacks also than the Cougars have completed passes.
Josh Kennedy gets his 2nd on the day. I gotta say, the Georgia game certainly was one to watch. As Chucky Knox brings down Orlando for the sack in the end zone. He's bringing the hammer.
Even the defense is scoring. Even the defense.
Chucky Knox. If you heard the thud, that's just Chucky Knox reminding the Cougars that the quarterback in the end zone is all his.
Can't imagine what the penalty is here. Regardless, Michigan has the ball again.
There were a lot of great games this week. Oscar, what was your game of the week besides this Smash Mouth contest that is way out of hand?
I was really impressed with Texas this week and Reno Hightower. He's starting to come into his own, starting to fill the offensive playbook, and the Texas Longhorns is really good.
Yeah, absolutely. As he hands off to Daniels here, are there any other quarterbacks on the rise in the college series through week 2?
The name is Freddie Mallett, the Missouri Tigers. He's in the Heisman voting every week as they throw another pass out to the flat for a huge gain.
Gerald Ford up the sideline.
Touchdown!
Incredible, the tight end screen. Gerald Ford takes 50 yards to the house.
Absolute craziness.
It never ends for the Cougars tonight, and Bean, just with a flick of the wrist, adds another 6 points on this Cougars defense. And big Gerald Ford, the senior tight end, coming out of nowhere, really, was not a factor on their team last season. In fact, he transferred in. So kind of a fresh face and certainly making a big name for himself here early in the year for the Wolverines.
He's a young guy, young transfer. He could be here more than a year, so it'll be interesting to see what Mr. Ford does.
As it's now 78-7 with 4:52. I bet the Cougars want the clock to just keep running at this point.
At this point, I think if Houston knew where the heck they were in Ann Arbor, they would bleed.
Getting a first down on first down, but where has that been all night? Houston look embarrassing right now as Orlando hands it off. That Shoemaker trying to get again. No, I think they already subbed out Shoemaker as well. Houston kind of waving the white flag now, putting in all the backups, really platooning in their subs, and just kind of calling it a night, running some simple base offense here, and see if Michigan just lets them complete the stuff underneath to keep the clock going.
Yeah, and I mean, just to go back to your previous question, as they, shocker, don't get the first down again. The Georgia Tech combo of Conklin and Noah Roberts are really impressive this season so far. If you haven't watched any of the Georgia Tech games, go watch them.
Dye spinning free on the return there, out to the 32-yard line, just under 4 minutes. Gotta imagine Michigan is gonna try to grind some clock here. Jock Daniels fighting forward, getting 9 tough yards on first down there.
And I also was just handed a slip of paper to do a little plug. A new episode of Rivals Radio will be releasing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Don't want to miss that. Wally and D always bringing something interesting, as Jock Daniels is bringing something interesting here, refusing to go down. A bit of a pinball wizard.
Spin, spin, and spin some more.
Handing off again. It seems like they just do not run out of running backs. That's Gregory Yates for Michigan.
I was just about to say, what string running back just ran the ball?
I believe that's their 4th string running back, as it's back to Daniels now, who is having himself a night in a brutal stiff arm.
I would stay down too, young man.
Junior running back Jock Daniels. He is, like I said, a contact seeker, downhill runner. He secures that ball, and as you see, he can bring the stiff arm. That's a junior running back. Just clearly a perfect, I was going to say a perfect 1-2 punch with Kyion Hunter, but now Daniels is hurt. Don't worry, they'll just plug in another squatty young running back.
At this point, Gerald Ford could go run the ball for him. The way he strode down the sideline earlier.
Well, it's Gregory Yates on that one, as the clock is ticking. 1:58 now. Handoff up the gut. Yates stopped at the 5. Now they're trying to use all that clock. Yates getting it up the gut. Another injury for Houston.
Just like we're joking with the Wolverines being on their 4th and 5th string halfback, the entire defense of Houston's on about their 9th string.
Yeah, they are gassed at this point. Hands
Touchdown.
it off.
Oh, they stuffed him.
Daniels almost had his 4th rushing touchdown of the night. Instead, they're going to give Carnival a chance to kick it to go over 80 on the night. And it's good. 81 points for the Michigan Wolverine. Unbelievable.
Georgia Tech had the highest point differential at this point, and Michigan has separated, and they now have it.
Absolutely. Now, if I told you the amount of rushing yards by someone tonight, do you think you could guess who it was?
At this point, from watching this game, I would assume it's going to be the backup just because it's very impressive.
Oh, Chucky Knox almost getting an interception there. Who do you think ran for 224 yards tonight?
Either Bean or Daniels, as they hit another body bag.
For 224 yards tonight was Kyion Hunter.
Jeez, that's a hell of a game, young man.
224 yards and 2 touchdowns. But would you believe me, Oscar, if I told you that somebody ran for even more yards than that?
Who would that be?
Kyion Hunter ran for 224 yards on 31 carries, with 226 yards on 12 carries. Bert Bean.
That's insane, as the final second will tick off the clock here on a punt that was unnecessary. What a game.
I don't think they would believe us if we told them ahead of time. Houston's defense was auditioning for a turnstile convention, and clearly player of the game, Bert Bean, 334 passing yards, 226 rushing yards. Kyion Hunter, 224 rushing yards. Jock Daniels, 3 rushing touchdowns. The Michigan Wolverines are a battering ram, Oscar.
They certainly seem to be, and it'll be interesting to see what they do here on out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us for this special live edition of Smash Mouth Saturday night here at Football Rivals College Series. I've been Skip Lloyd along with Oscar Lewis, and Oscar will talk to you this time next week.